Jackson Podcast.
I feel like I've been slacking on reacting to music lately because, it could be, every time you play a video or a song of an artist or whatever, they give you the copyright and you can't make no money off of it. And I've been making pretty decent money off of YouTube as of recently, man, creating my own thing and doing my own thing and having the conversations that I think the people appreciate. But I got to get back to the music, man. I got to see what's going on in the culture. It could be that music has lacked substance. It has lacked, good quality music. I've been appreciating the freestyles from artists like King Los. Wow, I can't think of too many more. Really, this just been dropping must see freestyles. Where y'all at? And then I don't know too many albums where people been dropping must listen to albums. We're gonna react to the Drake songs that currently was released that I put up on the channel earlier today. But first off, I want to get to Gunna. The reason I wanted to react to this is because they say this is his biggest debut song yet. 1 million streams on Spotify the first day. Let's get to it and see what they talking about.
This when niggas normally lay down, P. You see what I'm saying? But see, this one we gon' press. Press. Everything up for grabs.
Money, power, and fame.
We gon' make sure we don't leave nothing on the table. You said you won't stop. So shit, what we doing?
Good job, Turbo. Good job.
I thought I told you time and time again, this shit won't stop. I bag it show by show, I'm tryna triple and double the pot. Move for at least 6 feet or show or more for him on now. Pooping at 25 rows, all great interior whenever it's cloudy. Every day better my growth from chasing health and wealth, not clout. Bad bitches under my belt, I cook like a chef on Mr. Chow. Ain't been going no speeds, but I spend G's whenever I browse. Mink on all of my carpets at the house, I walk on clouds. Soon as I get out this work, I'm out the door, I'm in and out. Every girl slumping and burnt just like a perk, I'm in her mouth. Niggas, this brings my turf, I got out of the dirt without no doubt. Money keep coming and coming, we saving the winter, this summer we wildin'. I can't even call it freestyling, young wanna design the style ain't free. Travel to go like a charter, I'm go back to start to pick up the cream. Landing the A, hit the office, I got a new offer that I gotta read. I'm the same one, took the top off from one of the rappers, they got him intrigued. Sitting back, land on the summer, I'm coming in hot 400 degrees. FS, take out the T, sky they come straight from the tree. All of the crew going punters, a couple more hundred that's on VVs. Look how you stay down there, come up, we fit a tank up, it was just on E. I thought I told you time and time again, this shit won't stop. I bag it show by show, I'm tryna triple and double the pot. Move for at least 6 feet or show or more for him on now. Pooping at 25 rows, all great interior whenever it's cloudy.
I'ma stop it. We're gonna get back to the song, but I wanna stop it and address a few things that is, easy to see. When the video came out of Gunna in the courtroom saying yes ma'am and yes ma'am and this and that and him getting released and all of that, people was calling him a rat and people was saying he snitched on Young Thug and all of this type stuff. I feel as if affiliation is crazy nowadays because we've seen the results from the streets. Nobody looks out for your best interest. Nobody actually gives a damn about you. And people still want to abide by these rules and these codes that really don't exist. What's interesting about Gunna's situation is that he tapped in with himself. He may have did the song with Offset. I don't even know too many features he did. I think it was Offset, Tyler, a few people that's in the music industry that is higher level, they dope artists. But he was on a trajectory before all of that crime stuff happened that was gonna surpass Young Thug anyway, musically. I feel like I love Young Thug, no disrespect. And him tapping in with himself, getting healthy, showing that he's healthy, showing that he won't stop, making more motivational music about health and being fly instead of drug induced and sipping syrup and we in Atlanta and we this and that. I feel like he is on a trajectory that is going to put him as one of the premier artists in music, in the music business, period. And listening to this song, I can see why, this is one of his most streamed songs. His most streamed song. Actually, that's what the statistics say. Because it's a different frequency. He's on a different vibration, and it's a positive one. And people gravitate to that. Let's get into the second verse.
Bitch, clever, they better my go from chasing health and wealth, not clout. Bad bitches under my belt, I cook like a chef on Mr. Child. Ain't me going no speeds, but I spend G's whenever I bounce. Mink on all of my carpets at the house, I walk on clouds. Ain't like a next tell church, 200 a verse, don't need no vouch. Put my heart on my work, 100%, ain't giving no slouch. Nigga won't stop, can't quit, I keep giving hits, they can't keep count. Put your auto deep bitch on the all black range, look like it's pound. Niggas ain't feeling the pain in my vein, but the fence feeling it in the crowd. Money is hard to keep count, I gotta watch that account. Gotta say that to you, come up, you build it up different, you started without. Now that you look a little different, you live a little different, your house in the mountains. Rock start kicking my feet, I'm having my feet up on top of the mountain. Peace up, peep at the beat, I'm serving the streets, we ain't having no draws. Boogaloo, give it TC, and the crew is elite, they turning the hounds. Double I come with no lease, I send it back home, whip it all through the town. I thought I told you time and time again, this shit won't stop. I bag it show by show, I'm trying to triple and double the pot. Book for at least 6 figures, a show or more for him on now. 6 figures. Hooping at 25 rows, all great interior whenever it's cloudy. Clever, they better my go from chasing health and wealth, not clout. Bad bitches under my belt, I cook like a chef on Mr. Child. Ain't me going no speeds, but I spend G's whenever I bounce. Mink on all of my carpets at the house, I walk on clouds.
Salute to Gunna, man. Great music, great video, a whole different vibe, a whole different timing that he's on. I'm appreciative to see the growth in the young man. Uh, I remember him collaborating with Little Baby and doing music with Little Baby. And Little Baby's music is stagnant at the moment. He still has his fan base and people like him a lot though, but around that era when he dropped that song about COVID and things like that, 2020, he was at his peak. And to see Gunna is still evolving. I think Thug and Baby done peaked out. No disrespect again, but I think they done peaked out. I want to hear some of this interview because I like hearing people converse and see where they're going and see them talking about their creative process and what they doing and
You made hits.
He rarely talks. Let me pause it. He rarely talks. Gunna rarely talks. So he did an interview with Will I Am. I haven't checked this out yet, but I'm interested in hearing a couple of the points. We're gonna listen to a little bit of this and see what type of time Gunna on.
I made hits. I look at those type of titles like beachfront property.
Yeah.
You mean is like a beachfront property.
Yeah.
Like, oh I'm gonna build a house on that.
Put him up in the front. Don't put him in the back.
Yeah.
They need to hear him.
Welcome, Gunna, to the visionary stage. Yo, bro, thank you so much for rocking with us and making time out of your day, because you rarely do interviews.
I probably wouldn't have did it if it wasn't for you.
Yeah, it means a lot, bro. With all the trap artists and the depth of the scene, what do you think it was about you that, made you rise to the top?
I always believed that I would, achieve and be an artist, and to not even know like what level, but I just knew like, hey, I'm gonna be a rapper, I'm gonna do music, and I believed it. So I feel just being like a real firm believer first, you know?
Yeah. I remember like in 2000, we was on tour opening up for Outkast. They thought I was weird. I'm looking at Andre like, that nigga's weird. And Atlanta there's a lot of folks that are just free with themselves. I see that with you. You don't feel like a duplicate. How do you keep your originality?
It start with being me first. Like as a kid, I always liked to dress, like put on clothes. Like that was me. I always just wanted to just do something different.
I'm gonna give some artists some game right now because at one point in time when I was creating music, I felt as if I needed to mimic the sound or try to sound like this or get beats like this and do that. And that kind of hurted me on down the line, and I can't even listen to certain songs that I created. But when I toned into I'm gonna be me and not give a damn about what people think and just be free and unique, I started creating my best art ever. That's what gave me the confidence to come on podcasts and talk and give my perspective because it's mine. No matter if you like it or not, it's mine. But me giving this game is that I know, like, I've lived in a multitude of places, but the places I lived in the longest was Knoxville, Tennessee, and Charlotte, North Carolina. And this is some game to the artists because no artists have blue from these places really. The baby, people consider him to be a Charlotte native, but he's originally from Ohio, and I don't think he personifies the sound of the city. And that is no disrespect neither. It's just that that's a reality. What artists from these areas need to do, because it's a lot of them, and I know a lot of people listen to my platform from New York, Atlanta, LA. If you was an investor and you came to Charlotte or Knoxville, the Appalachian area, the Smoky Mountain area, the southeastern region, this part of the region, you'll realize that it's a lot of talent here. But what people are not doing is being unique. They're not identifying with the lifestyle, with the culture, with the feeling of where they from. And when they do that and when they embrace each other, that's when this area, the Charlotte, the Asheville, the Knoxville, the Chattanooga, Tennessee, all of these areas around here, that's when somebody gonna set the roof off once they realize that I'm unique, I'm different, let me be me. And once you be you, everybody else will start to embrace you. That's just how I feel. Let me let this video cook for a little bit.
And add my little flavor on it and add my little 2 cents to it. And that's what made it mine. Like, that's what made it, okay, this is Gunna's. When I put my touch on it, whatever it could be, because nothing's really new nowadays. And I feel like that, but like, you can always do something and make it your way. And that's what I've been doing.
For me, when I started, A Tribe Called Quest is like my everything. So I'm like a descendant of Tribe Called Quest. A lot of us, Common is a descendant of Tribe Called Quest. But who are you a descendant of in the Atlanta trap scene?
I'm a descendant of the south side of Atlanta, like College Park. When I was a kid, just growing up there, like, I got a lot of jewels and a lot of like swag from there. The whole Atlanta culture, more or less, I grew up down south, down to the Outcasts. It's like, that's in the tips. It was like, that's kind of what molded me, just listening to Atlanta OGs. Even when I branched out and grew older and started moving around Atlanta, it's just stuck with me, some of my same old traits. I feel like I'm just more of always gonna be a descendant of the South Side, always.
You the only one that do music in your family?
Yeah.
Did you have to convince your family to believe in this path, or did you get pushback from people that you cared about initially?
Nah, I didn't. I'm blessed now. My mom, she supported me. Now, she did always say, like, I support you with everything you want to do, but you need to have a backup plan, so you need to have something to fall back on if it don't work. My dad, too, it was always, like, support. Fast forward, like, now, my mom would say, like, man, I'm so glad you just didn't listen to me. Like, like with that one thing, you know what I mean? I'm glad you just stayed on course of, like, what you wanted.
Yeah. Shout out to your moms. Thank you for supporting this through.
So, man.
Yeah. How would you describe this era of your life, both personally and creatively?
I would say alignment, because I'm like aligned with like everything creatively that's personally going on in my life. Like when I'm making music, it's all been like what's current with me and what's happening with me. And I feel like that's how it's aligned.
Because your creativity merges music with technology and visuals. Like, how do you describe fashion and the sound and vision with your work?
Oh, they mesh. They mesh. They go together. Sometimes I feel like if I don't give you the music with like a vision to it or something to go with it, you won't feel it all the way. So they mesh together. When I say like they just go together when you put sound and vision together.
You fuck with AI?
I fuck with it, but I'm not hands-on. Like, I'm slowly dipping into it. I'm not against it, and I'm for sure gonna tap into it, but I'm taking my time.
You got to tap in deep real soon, because like this next 5 years, it's gonna be so transformational.
I'm not gonna play all of the interview. Y'all see it on the screen. will.i.am and Gunna talks new music, creative process, and making hits. A visionary interview. I feel like will.i.am was asking dope questions, and I love to see people that's artists also have conversations with artists. What really caught my attention at the end of this, and I'm gonna get up off of her, man, and salute the Gunna. I feel like he's doing a phenomenal job. He talked about alignment and how all of the elements play a part in the creativity. I wish I would have thought like that and knew that when I was younger, because touching, smelling, seeing, hearing, tasting, feeling, man, if you align yourself with all of those elements and whatever you're doing creatively, you can't help but win. That was some knowledge right there, man. I hope people got that game also. I'm gonna play one of my records on the leave out of this, because I feel like it's necessary. Thank y'all for supporting my show, man. Hit the like button. I'm at this thing, man. I appreciate y'all. Peace, love, plenty of abundance. Make sure you go get you some money, and I'm gone. Chill.
If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. I had to get me something. I came up from nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change nothing. I had to get me something. I came up from nothing. I had to change my mental, upgrade my credentials. How a nigga came up, it wasn't accidental. Now monumental, more like legendary. A player never worry, bumping pop, Hail Mary, trapped off a Blackberry. And contrary to your belief, I made it out them streets, don't acknowledge beef, kept the play discreet. We too unique, on a winning streak. Spent a couple racks at the boutique. I wouldn't change nothing, I'm always me. Never took a plea, nigga, you a flea. I'm your OG's OG. He called me for inspiration, need a consultation, just make the payment for the conversation. If it's elevation or innovation, my expectation ain't limitation. You need a demonstration. My track record and reputation should be admiration. That's confirmation. I'm decoration for the trenches, off the benches, jump the fences, no penny pinching. We off the hinges. Hit the shot, my team winning. The series clinched it. You niggas finished. Never timid. I've been a menace. No old dog, and every day is printed. Haters living 'cause my life changed. Should be happy, but you a real lame.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.